Welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host, Michael Pickering. That's right, Lo-Fi's and low fidelity, low quality, in-your-face, messy as can be global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? We'll be covering 5 headlines from across the globe and then choose one to go into a more detailed analysis. It's Thursday, everyone. Normally we would be having a view of South American country right now with Reporters Without Borders. But today we're going straight into our stories because there's simply too much to talk about. So no more waiting, the news, fresh off the press. Source, Reuters World News. U.S. pulls out of Open Skies Treaty, Trump's latest treaty withdrawal. And what exactly is this treaty, you may ask? And is it a big deal? Well, I'll let you decide, Lo-Fi Nation. The Treaty on Open Skies allows unarmed aerial surveillance flights for any country signed up over any other country that is signed up as well. Okay, cool. So who's in it? Well, if you take all of NATO and all of the former Soviet Union, that's about it. About 34 members, most in the Northern Hemisphere and most of it on Earth. But we love lists at Lofi Poli Sci, so you know what's coming next. The members in alphabetical order, because why not? Belarus, Belgium, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Georgia, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Kazakhstan, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Turkey, Ukraine, the United Kingdom, and soon, formally, the US. The implications. This agreement was and is groundbreaking global collaboration for intelligence gathering, a sign of what humanity can achieve together. Is it perfect? Of course not. Nothing is. We'll be watching this closely to see how this story developed further. Next source, also coming from Reuters. Beijing moves to impose new national security law on Hong Kong after anti-China unrest. This story is short and vague. Outside of the headlines, we know nothing. Tomorrow the full announcement should come as to what this new national security law may mean for Hong Kong. No implications yet. Simply a heads up, Lo-Fi Nation. Something's going down. Moving forward, the following story comes from the BBC Africa section. Tanzanian comic detained for bullying the president. I know what you're thinking, Lo-Fi Nation. Are they serious? And sadly, yes they are. The story. The comic was seen in a video that went off in the fastness of the net as he was laughing at a picture of the country's president for wearing a suit that was too large. This apparently may break the 2015 Cybercrimes Act, which states that bullying the government, i.e. the president, is illegal. The implications. Let's break this down a bit and pull some stats on Tanzania and see what's really going on in the country. Tanzania, Central Southeast African country. Independence year of 1961. 2018 World Bank GDP per capita recorded at just over $1,000 a year. Transparency International ranks them 96 out of 180 countries and territories as far as corruption. Freedom House gives the country a partly free ranking of 45 out of 100, being its low-end score on the civil liberties and civil rights scale. And Reporters Without Borders, analyzing media freedoms in the country, ranks it 124th out of 180 countries and territories around the world. Simply put, this country is young, still developing, and sadly becoming more authoritarian since 2015. A comedian being arrested for laughing at a picture of a politician? Seriously? We'll be keeping an eye out for this story's update for sure, Lo-Fi Nation. And now for our Headline in the Spotlight segment. 2 stories connected, the BBC Latin America and Middle East section. First story, Venezuela files legal claim with Bank of England over gold. The second story, Venezuela's military to escort Iranian tanker bringing petro. The Bank of England, one of the world's largest hoarders of gold, currently has about $1 billion of Venezuelan gold inside of it. And wouldn't you know, President Maduro wants it back. An appeal to the UN has been filed to have the funds transferred to the UN Development Program for a direct distribution to the country to make sure it goes towards humanitarian needs, in an effort to get the funds transferred past US sanctions, which are thought to have held this process up before. The second story. Iran has US sanctions on its sales of oil, and so much more. Venezuela has US sanctions on it, including a $15 million price on President Maduro. Venezuela's Navy will apparently guide 5 Iranian oil tankers through the Caribbean to Venezuela to make sure they get there, and that no pirates on the high seas will steal their loot. My words, not theirs. The implications of this story. Well, we don't like to speculate here at Lofi Poli Sci, and the US Navy apparently doesn't like to comment that much on this story. But you know, everyone's watching to see what's going to happen here. What do you think, Lo-Fi Nation? Will the U.S. stop the shipment of Iranian-sanctioned oil to the recipient, also U.S.-sanctioned? Write in and let me know your thoughts. And a last piece of news from the science section of the BBC. Mega sciencey story here, Lo-Fi. Megaraptor, fossils of 10-meter-long dinosaur found in Argentina. That's right. We all know the movies Jurassic Park were full of shit. Raptors were very, very small creatures in real life. However, this one, 10 meters long, that is about 30 feet. The implications? No implications, just downright cool. It goes to show we're still learning so much about the past of our world. It should reality check all of us. We still have so much to learn about the current situation of our planet. Keep an open mind out there, Lo-Fi Nation. Perspectives are always changing. And that's a brief snapshot of what's going on in the world today. Please write in with your questions, comments, or requests of countries' news segments or top 10 global lists you want to see to lofi-poli-sci at planetmail.com. That's lofi, L-O-F-I, poly, P-O-L-I, sci, S-C-I, at planetmail.com. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Let me say thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, wash those hands, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. Pickering, signing off.